You've not seen a lady who is like in love or committed.
Mm,
There is nothing she won't show you. She
really?
breaks boundaries for you. She compromises for you. But there's the men.
So what
Okay.
is love?
Well, love is love.
Do you think ladies of nowadays are looking for marriage or a wedding?
This is a very good question.
What's your name?
All right. My name is Nina.
Nina.
Yes, please.
What do you do?
Currently,
Yeah.
I'm a teaching assistant at the university, KA University.
No, the best university in the world.
Yes, and I pursued architecture.
Architecture.
Yes, please.
Wow. Very impressive.
Thank you.
Beauty with brains.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yes. Looking at the dating scene, do you feel now dating scene is preparing people for divorces?
Well, it depends on how you look at it, because you have to define the terms in dating scene, because it's too broad for me.
So, what do you think dating is? How would you describe dating?
Well, dating is basically getting to know somebody, getting to know the person, if the person is compatible with you. Yes, that is basically what dating is. But then, as at now, people have already conjured more meanings to it, in terms that they are trying to find what is missing in their life, in their date, instead of trying to rather develop themselves based on what is missing in themselves. So it's more of, it's like my happiness depends on you. It should depend on the person I'm dating. So if not, that means the person is not mine or the person is not for me. Honestly, don't think there is anybody out there that is like for you, for you. It's there are people that you make because you see something special in the person.
There are people that you do what?
you make
make.
them. You make them
Okay.
how you want them to
Okay.
be. So it's not a how do I put it? Something that just happens overnight. It's not a sudden thing. So you get to know somebody, you realize that this person has these qualities that I would want in my man. Then you try to amplify them. You make it good, the best. Instead of trying to put in how you think a relationship should be. Because you may also have something that the person will also try to also improve. And then from there, the two of you grow together.
How do you describe marriage? What is marriage to you?
Okay, marriage is something that is divine. It's something that I would say more of a partnership. Okay, I'll qualify marriage with partnership.
Partnership.
Yes. But if you are talking about in a Christian perspective, I would say it's a commandment.
A commandment.
Yes, but it's more of a partnership between a man, a woman, and then building a home.
Building a home.
Building a home, having a family, taking care of people. Like it's deeply rooted to love. Yes.
Okay, we'll come back to marriage. So, what
Okay.
is love?
Well, love is love. Well, love is I would say a dedication towards something.
Dedication.
Yes, a dedication like
Towards
you're
something.
fully committed towards something. It could be anything, not necessarily on an individual level, but it could be anything. You could love anything. Somebody will say, "Oh, I love cooking," so the person does it more. So when it's related to a person, it's more of being committed.
Pause. Back to marriage. So, what basis should marriage be founded on?
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit more personal.
Okay.
Because I think that people have their own perception of what marriage should be. But for me, the basics of my marriage should be, I'll base it upon religion, one. And then when it comes to the attributes that I want in my man or the person I would want to later on settle down with, I always say thoughtfulness.
Okay.
I like somebody who's thoughtful.
Okay.
And when I say thoughtfulness, I mean there are certain things that you don't really have to teach somebody. It just comes naturally. So thoughtfulness in the sense that I don't really have to tell you everything, but then you're just there. You're just there.
I just there.
You're just like you're just there. Like thoughtfulness could branch into kindness, could branch into generosity, it could branch into love itself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What's the difference between marriage and a wedding?
A wedding is the ceremony. It's sort of a symbolic something. So if I'm getting married, people opt to, invite people, come around. It's also a sort of identity so that people will know that this woman, this man is married. In some instances, some religion, they don't need a wedding to show that I'm married or for me to be able to identify it as a married woman and a man. But then for our side of the world, it's some way like a ceremony. But when it comes to marriage itself, it's the aftermath of the wedding. When we are done,
Okay.
that is the marriage. The journey is the marriage.
The journey is to marriage. The journey is to marriage.
Yes.
So office. A marriage is a covenant.
Yes.
And wedding is a ceremony.
The ceremony to celebrate, to make people know that we are married.
Looking at the rate of marriage, the rate at which marriages are collapsing nowadays, let's say, from the past 50 years to now, do you think ladies of nowadays are looking for marriage or a wedding?
This is a very good question. I think now people fantasize the marriage, right? It's something that is part of their dreams. I want to get married. But then it's the working towards it. That's the problem. The wedding is a ceremony. We could easily have it and that's it. Okay. So it's more of, something people would want to do. But then their problem is just the working towards it after the ceremony. Yeah. So yes, I would say that some, I wouldn't say all, but most women do fantasize about the wedding aspect than the hard work after it.
Okay.
Because, we are princesses. We are made to believe that, as a young lady, there will be a time a man will come for you from your household. So it's something that you are being, you are taught or you are being told as a young age. So it's something that almost every lady fantasizes, having my own prince. Well, unfortunately, it's not a bad concept. It's not really a bad thing to teach your little girl that, but some way, how the world is going, it's also nice to also let her know her values.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily we are not just looking for a prince. We're looking for a prince with ABC. This is how the prince should be. Shouldn't just come and take you on a horse. No. Is he thoughtful? Is he kind? Is he generous? That is the part that we forget to teach our little girls. So as they grow up, they just, I'm looking for a prince. And then they find princes around without any core values in them. Yeah.
What invention allows you to see through a wall?
Invention allow me to see through a wall.
Yeah.
If I'm in a room with a blocked wall.
Yeah. What invention allows you to see through a wall?
I have no idea. But unless I break it, that's when I'll be able to see it.
It's a window.
Oh my God, I'm literally an architect. Yes, it's a window. Any opening can make you see through a wall. A window, a door, a skylight. I didn't want to go into architecture. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. Okay. So back on the spiritual. Ladies are good at concealing their true characters.
Oh yes. I can't believe you just say ladies are good at every single human being. I beg to differ, but I think it's the men.
Are you sure?
Yes. You see, you've not seen a lady who is like in love or committed. There is nothing she won't show you.
Really?
She breaks boundaries for you. She compromises for you. But it's the men. I'm not saying all men are the same, but most of the times, yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying all men are the same, but most of you can, leave you in the desert and stuff.
Because you can be with a lady 2 years, date for 5 years, different person. You get married, she's a completely different person.
Okay.
From who you used to date.
Okay. So when we talk about identity crisis, women unfortunately have that. Okay. And I'm not saying all of us, but some of them, they do have, where they are made to think that they are the victims of every situation. Sometimes it comes not just like that. It could be from childhood experiences. Yeah. But usually as a little girl, you're being made a lot of promises and a lot of, pampering and showering. So you feel like you need to be protected. because I can clearly say that as a child growing up, my dad was more concerned about me than my brothers. Like, you're my little girl, you get it. So it's a subconscious something that happens to us. So that gives us, so they can easily turn. But that doesn't mean that they don't know what they are doing, unfortunately.
Okay.
If any woman has done something to you, I'm not saying you do deserve it, but then she did it because she wanted to do it.
She wanted to.
She wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, and probably she changed for the other person because maybe there's something else that the person is bringing to the table that you weren't.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not all the time. Some women are already crazy. So as men.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Nina.
Thank you too.
I look forward to having this conversation with you another time. I'll find you.
Hi everyone. This is Nina and I'm on 21 Questions, a platform to educate each and every one of us about the misconception of marriage, relationships, friends, you know how it is. Thank you for having me. Bye.